positive cases in the past week, it will not be possible to make our contingent on getting good results from today's round of COVID testing. So that's all. So first of all, as I just mentioned, we do need to keep the bubble. So this means there is still no walking permitted between the hotel and the venue, and nobody inside the green zone is able to walk and visit shops and restaurants in person. There are also no changes to the transportation arrangements between the Novotel and the venue. 2 shared buses will be in operation every 20 minutes, except for those countries who had prior positive cases. They will continue to have their own dedicated transport. And of course, please continue wearing face masks for players and coaches as you have been this past week. Continue social distancing and frequent use of hand sanitizers. So at the hotel, once the official quarantine is over, starting from tomorrow, players and coaches will be allowed to visit rooms in the hotel of other players and coaches from the same country.
Recording has started.
We are currently discussing with the hotel to permit same country groups to be allowed to sit and talk as a group in the cafeteria area of the hotel. It didn't change here.
Can you check?
We're just trying to advance the slide here that you're seeing.
Yeah, are they still on slide 4? Are they still seeing slide 4? Yeah, we're going to refresh the slide, so please bear with us.
Recording is on.
Still no presentation. Can you see? On. It's not on this screen though. Managers, are you all on slide 5?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We have technical glitch here in the meeting room, but I'm on the right slide. Okay, so we are still discussing with the hotel as to whether we can permit groups of players and coaches to sit and talk as a group in the cafeteria area of the restaurant. As soon as we get the final answer on that, we will inform you. But still, for group talks like that, we will not be able to have mixing of players from different countries. Moving on to slide 6. Also at the hotel, starting from tomorrow, we know that one of the biggest sources of frustration has been not being able to run, not being able to get fresh air, So we are able to make a change there and facilitate that to happen. So starting tomorrow, players will have access to an outside area at the hotel with the opportunity to run if they wish. This will be a scheduled activity with each country given a designated time for the activity, probably around 1 hour per day. And there will be a limit as to the maximum number of people that we will be able to have this activity. Medical authorities have told us that masks must be worn except when running. And I just want to point out that air quality in Bangkok is not the best, so just be aware of that if you're planning to participate in this. With regard to food, breakfast will continue to be delivered for everybody to rooms each day, but complimentary lunch and dinner boxes ends on Monday. If you wish to order the lunch and dinner boxes from the hotel, starting from Tuesday, you need to place the order at the hotel by 6 p.m. the previous evening. And continue to order room service, as many have been doing up until this point. We want to give players and coaches more food options for the coming week. So we are setting up an arrangement starting on Tuesday, whereby it will be possible to order food from a select list of outside vendors and restaurants, as well as supermarket items, personal supplies, etc. These outside food and supplies, it will be delivered to the hotel and then delivered to the rooms. Badminton Association of Thailand are working on solidifying the arrangements for this, how exactly each team is going to place the order for food and supplies they wish to bring in from outside. And Haizan and Jan will give more details around that later today. Also at the hotel, for those who have pre-booked double rooms for the coming week, you can occupy those double rooms starting tomorrow. No change to housekeeping arrangements. Rooms will continue to be cleaned every third day, and everybody still gets 3 pieces of free laundry each day. At the venue, we are also working on trying to make the players' lounge an active area for players to sit in and to have some snacks and drinks available there as well. That is still to be confirmed, but BAT are working on making that happen. Also at the venues this week, there will be an outside space available, similar to that at the hotel, that players will be able to access, again for some fresh air and perhaps a running opportunity. Again, the details for this we will confirm and pass them on to you in due course. And in the main competition hall, there is no change with respect to seating only for coaches during play. That summarizes the changes to the quarantine and bubble procedures that are in place for the coming week at this time. But before we move on, we'd like to open up to questions and ask if we need more details. Haizan, on behalf of the organizers, can provide a bit more information. So are there any questions on the content that we have covered so far?
Yes, please.
Go ahead, Rudy.
Yes, for the this country to run the 1 hour activities, with maximum 50 persons. Is it possible Indonesia can have 2 hours because we have the 40 people?
Yes, I think we're gonna allocate similar to the practice at the main hall one day before tournament start. How many people we share with an hour? Is it 15? Right now it could be 15 to 20 per slot. And you have 40 people, you will have 2 slots. We try to work to be fair to everyone.
With the exact time of each slot, Rudy, we said approximately an hour, but we have to calculate how many slots we're going to need and how many hours of daylight there are, etc.
The running time will be sunrise to sunset, only in the daylight. So we're going to calculate per that hour, per total number of the players that are willing to go outside and run.
Other questions?
I have a question about the food, because it says that we have to order it by 6 p.m., but the schedule for the next day is normally available about 9 or 10 o'clock in the evening. So it's difficult to calculate when we need the lunch and so on.
Understood. We will certainly do our best to get that next day's schedule out as soon as we can. And you, in addition to ordering from the hotel, you will have the ability now to place an order for additional food to be delivered as well from the second list. Yeah, understood that that is a limitation, because once the competition starts, everybody is going to have matches at different times. So yeah, I understand the concern.
I have some COVID questions, and I'm just wondering, is this the right time to ask the COVID testing questions, or at another time?
You can certainly put them on the table. We'll answer the ones we can and get back to you on the ones that we need to consult with.
So you want me to, I can go ahead and ask?
Sure.
Sure, okay, so a few things. I sent a few emails out about, one, the information that's going to be on the test result that we need to go back to Canada or other countries as well, and I haven't got a response on that. There's spelling mistakes, well, specifically in my name, so I need to get that corrected. And then also some testing. If people have left the bubble, and I understand they're not coming back, but we were hoping to get some help in if we need some testing done, I guess, at Bangkok Airport. What's the procedures about that? And we would like to get some help. We have 2 athletes that will be seeing some family after the second event, will not be back, but I need to give them some information about getting this test result, because the 72-hour thing is coming in play for them as well. So some help on the COVID testing front would be appreciated.
Hey Mike, Faisal here. Yeah, I spoke to you a little bit this morning. Yes, we're working on that, and we'll make the correction of your name and the data for the people, for all of you guys that are departing. We're working closely with the COVID control department, also the people at the airport. We'll update you on that a little bit later today. The process.
Okay.
We realize that some countries want 24 hours now. So we try to solve the problem and help all of you guys. And regarding the 2 players that are going to be out the bubble and to a little bit, at the airport there is a testing center, but I'll get more detail of how long it takes to get a result. But early response, they can get resolved within 3-4 hours. But I'll get that confirmed with you a bit later, today or tomorrow at the latest. Okay?
Yeah, and then if you have any information on what, basically the protocols, they just show up or they book, so whatever information you can give me, that would be much appreciated.
Yeah, we'll try anything update. We try to have a daily update to send to all of you. If anything update, if not update, we're not going to have. We try to That way we can try to answer everyone at once instead of each individual. All right? Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Other questions from team managers? Just one Baptiste, I'm having trouble hearing you. It's very soft. Can you speak up? So for France, Germany, Egypt, and Turkey, the countries who have had the previous positive result in their contingents. So in terms of food being delivered from the outside to the hotel for those countries, that is fine. It is the same as for everybody else. For those countries, it is not possible for us to offer the outside time, unfortunately. So sorry about that. And for the transport, you will continue to have your dedicated buses for those countries.
The outside countries, the high-risk countries can get the outside.
This morning she said no.
Baptiste, if there are, we can talk further offline as to what additional differences there might be. Sophia, you mentioned there's a question on the chat.
One operation of this, and then Egypt also had similar.
Okay, so we've covered that. Thank you. Any other questions before we move on to promotions and withdrawals?
Yeah. For the training today, are we getting the extra shuttlecock? Because it's a new tournament starting tomorrow.
Yes, you are 3 additional shuttlecocks per player for this Toyota tournament. Yes. Okay, well, as you saw in the slides, some of those changes are still not yet definite, still in discussion. We will provide timely updates to team managers as soon as each of those gets confirmed or we have to rescind them. Let's move on to withdrawals and promotions. We're going to conduct this exactly as we did 7 days ago. I'm first going to go through each of the 5 events with the withdrawals that we have at this time. And for each event, I'd like to ask the team managers if there are any additional withdrawals not yet communicated. I hope you can now see the slide for men's singles. We have had withdrawals of Kenta Momota, Koki Watanabe, Kenta Nishimoto, Kanta Sumiyama, and Lakshya Sen. Are there any additional withdrawals in men's singles? Moving on to women's singles, we have had withdrawals communicated from Nichion Jindapal, Lisa Tet Kita, Aya Ogoi, Nozomi Okuhara, Sayaka Takahashi, and Akane Yamaguchi. Are there any additional withdrawals to be reported in women's singles? In men's doubles, you can see the withdrawals hopefully on your screen, the 4 Japanese pairs, and Sukamoja and Gideon from Indonesia. Are there any additional withdrawals in men's doubles? In women's doubles, we have withdrawals of the 3 Japanese teams that you can see on your screen. Are there any additional withdrawals to report? And lastly, in mixed doubles, withdrawals reported from Adcock and Adcock, Watanabe and Higashino, Hoki and Nagahara, and El Gamel and Hani. Any additional withdrawals in mixed doubles?
I just need to mention something for the Egyptian mixed doubles.
Yes.
Because we didn't withdraw them, and until now, all these results are being negative for COVID-19. So, from our side, we don't withdraw them, it's from your side. So,
Understood.
I just wanted to mention.
Thank you for that clarification. Okay, so we will now proceed with the promotions, starting with men's singles. Just one moment as we get this ready.
Okay, men's singles player.
Wait. There's no sound. This needs to be unmuted, this needs to be. Still muted. Just turn it on.
Okay, we'll start with men's singles. White is player, green is position. Player number 16. Position 1. Player 16, position 1. Player 1, position 2. Player 1, position 2. Player 5.
Excuse me. Can you repeat? That's not 16. I need 16 is the main draw. It's a main draw? Main single draw.
No, reserve number 16, another goes to position 1.
Yes.
Yeah, reserve 16,
Position 1.
position 1.
Reserve 1, position 2.
Got it, Theo?
Can we get the name of player 16?
Another.
Luis Enriquez Penalva.
Luis Enrique.
An hour.
Alright. Player 5, and that is Horseshoe from Canada. Position 23. Player number 22, Manota from New Zealand. Position 30. Thailand, player number 2. Okay, and position 31.
Having Sanon goes to position 31. Hoshu of Canada to position 23. Penalva of Spain to position 1. And Minota, New Zealand to position 30. Now moving on to women's singles.
Player number 15 is from Thailand, Rung Bun Sopit. Now they got two of them, they're sisters. I think this with the initial S. Initial S. Goes into position 4. Player number 4, Kisona from Malaysia, position 16. Player number 6, that's Hadia Hosni, Egypt, position 32. Position 9, player 9 from Thailand, Ansat, position 30. Player 7, Doha Hani from Egypt, position 15. Player 14, the other sister with the initial N, position 24.
So just to recap promotions in women's singles. Kisona from Malaysia to position 16. Hardy of Posny, Egypt, position 32. Dewahani, Egypt, position 15. Aimzard from Thailand to position 30. Namchanon Rung Sabing Sabuset from Thailand to position 24, and Sirata Wungabun Sabit from Thailand to position 4. And we now move on to men's doubles.
Men's knockout. Player 13 is Tulanok and Gatra Hong from Thailand. Position 24. Player 1, Hess and Jensen, Germany. Position 18. Pair 8, Jomko Kedren, Thailand. Position 9. Pair 10, No Christiansen, Denmark. Position 1. Pair 9, Tongkan and Pak Jarung from Thailand. Position 14.
Thank you. Just to recap, men's doubles promotions, Hess and Janssen, Germany, to position 18. Jonko and Kedren, Thailand, to position 9. Thonggram and Phajarong, Thailand, to position number 14. Noor and Christiansen, Denmark, position 1. Tulamak, Gatharong, Thailand, position 24. In women's doubles, there are 3 withdrawals, but there are no reserves, so those will stay as they are. So the last event we have to consider is mixed doubles.
Pair 11, Tongkam and Paninuntanong from Thailand. Position 7. Pair 1, Layden Davis, Anona Park, New Zealand. Position 9. Pair 5, Adam and Lambert, France. Position 16. Pair number 4, Hess and Effler. Position 21.
Thank you, Shovan. Thank you, Nikos. Just to recap, mixed doubles. Layden Davis and Pat from New Zealand to position 9. Hess and Effler from Germany to position 21. Adam and Lambert from France to position 16. And Thongam and Kanim Juntavong from Thailand to position 7.
Chris, is the question.
We have a question? Yes.
So the top half still play Tuesday, bottom half Wednesday.
Yes, that is correct. Top half of each of the 5 draws will play on Tuesday. Bottom half of each of the 5 draws, first round, will play on Wednesday.
Then there's another question. Are finalists from this week playing on Wednesday? No travel.
Now, since there is no travel in these back-to-back tournaments, there will be no consideration in playing finalists from yesterday on Wednesday. If they happen to be in the top half, they will play on Tuesday. Are there any other questions before we close this team managers meeting?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
I want to ask when I can get the next test, and also after my identity, then I can go back to the coaching. I think actually when I go in, I did not get any information from the database. So even I think now I'm fine, but actually I can understand that because my result is quite one time stochastic. But now I need more information in future how I can do.
Okay, can we, perhaps we can follow up directly with you offline, outside of the meeting, is that okay?
Yeah, sure, but I need someone contact me because I cannot get any reply.
Okay, we will make sure somebody from here reaches out to you expeditiously.
Be on the phone this afternoon.
Yeah. Any other questions? In that case, yes?
And then also someone talked to me after the meeting. I need to know updates about the health situation.
Egypt, we asked them to come here at 2 p.m. to meet with the doctor.
Okay, I think there's going to be a.
Can she come to the venue?
If you are able, are you able to come here to the venue at 2 o'clock today so that we can have a face-to-face meeting with the medical staff?
All right, I can come, yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So there is transport.
Yeah, they arrange transport.
So, thank you very much, everybody, for participating in this virtual team managers meeting. Thank you again to you and to your players for cooperating in these unique and unusual circumstances last week and this week. We look forward to seeing you and your players on the courts, and we wish you good luck for the Toyota Thailand Open. Thank you.
Yeah, you want to say?
Thank you.
You want to